Hey everybody, this is just a quick video showing the install of the CPU and RAM onto the motherboard. So yeah, let's go over that first. Let's do the CPU. So that's the CPU slot there that you're looking at. There's a little arm that you pull out and up. And now the slot is open. And I'm using the FX 4130 little CPU. And I am grounded too, so I took the paste off of the stock heatsink. This is the processor here. You want to be very careful when handling these. Very careful not to touch the pins themselves. And there is a little arrow right there, and there's an arrow here, and that indicates where it goes. It just falls right into place. There you go. CPU is now installed. And now, let me get my thermal paste. Which I just got this thermal paste from Radio Shack. Actually, what I'm going to do first is take a Q-tip with some alcohol. Not too much though. Just kind of clean the surface off. Make sure that the surface is really clean. Just in case any of your fingerprints may have touched it. Don't put a lot of pressure on it, just lightly press with the Q-tip. Just want to make sure it's nice and clean. I'm just going over it really good. Make sure there's no alcohol left over on it. You can just use regular rubbing alcohol for it because that evaporates quickly. I just tear the tip off. I just kind of work some of the paste around so that it's not so thick in one area. Just try not to scratch the top of the CPU. With the paste, you want it to be thin layers so then the heat transfer works real well. And I mean, the processors are usually in the center of the chip. That's where you see people that just do the little dollop on there. And then they just take their heatsink and install it. Okay, now this is the heatsink here. As you can see, I have that unlocked. So we're going to set that down on top of it. This is my first time, so I just don't want to crush the CPU. Okay, there we go. And now to lock it down. She's locked on there now. Okay, and that's the install of the CPU fan and the CPU. Or the CPU heatsink, whichever you want to call it. This over here is the plug, which you can see here. There's little notches. You want that onto the outside. If you can see. Sorry for the blurriness of the camera. See up there in the left corner, right here, that's the CPU fan plug-in. Plugs in just like that. You can take your cable and zip tie it whichever way you want to. And now let's move on to the memory slots. Sorry, it's kind of being blocked by the CPU heatsink now. But I read in the manual for the M5A78L-M USB 3 motherboard that using the blue slots is the best for overclocking. And I have the XM. This is the Xion XPN 560 computer case that I'm going to be using for my new computer build. Comes with two internal fans. One's a blue LED on the front, one's just another fan on the back. It has perforations in the top for a third fan. Has perforations on the side for multiple fans. It has just the thumb screws to get the doors off. I'll show you taking the door off. And that's how easy the door comes off. You can see there's various mounting points to mount as many fans as you'd like on this side. And that's the internals. It's a bottom mount PSU. It'll take any micro ATX or mini ATX board. It has a solid state drive right here, so then you can mount your solid state right to that plate, which is nice. Yeah, it seems like a really good case. I'm going to get building my computer here. So thanks for watching. Okay, I just received my case, so now I'm going to be installing my motherboard into that. So I installed my I/O shield into the back of the case. Now I'm just going to lift the motherboard, and you can see I have my grounding wristband on. And what's nice about the Xion board is that they have the mounting brackets for your motherboard built right in. Just make sure you don't over tighten. Just do a nice loose and each one should thread in smoothly. If you have trouble threading it in, then you're probably using the wrong screw. But it should thread in smoothly. It's usually the fine threaded screws. Just make sure you get every screw port. It definitely helps to have a magnetized screwdriver. Now go back through and tighten each one up just a little bit, like a quarter of a turn. And you'll know that your motherboard is in there securely. Okay, now the motherboard is installed. I just installed my Radeon 7770 HD graphics card. I figured that one's pretty self-explanatory, you don't really need to see that. Just mounts into your PCIe x16 Express slot, and you just take the back cover off and it mounts right in there. It's pretty easy. Anyway, for the hard drive that I'm going to do, it has a bay that slides right out. And what you do is you take this side off there and this side off here. You slide it in. And then your hard drive just clips in. Like so. Now your hard drive is mounted in. Now you can just slide it back in. Now your hard drive is in your computer. Very simple. Now in this case, if you had a solid state drive, you could take this cover off and mount the solid state drive to this cover and then mount it back on there, which is cool. I just finished building my computer. Everything is in now and it's about ready to fire up. And this case was actually really nice. I mean, besides I don't have a modular power supply, but that's not a big deal. Everything routed pretty nicely. I mean, it's nice. I can't wait to turn it on and see what she can do. Thanks for watching the whole build. It's been fun. Okay, I got everything up and running. Sounds really good. It's really quiet. If we pan up, I have it on my flat screen here. Now it's loading in Windows. I like the blue LED on the front. But yeah, we'll see how she works. I think it's going to be a really nice PC for sure. I'm excited about it. Let's take this off the tripod. I like it. It's a really cool case. It's really nice. I'm excited. It's awesome. Thanks for watching, guys.